in this offense. So, you know, it's the same as usual. You know, all those guys are working hard and had a very focused day of practice. And, you know, I think they all understand that conference play is huge and trying to get the mindset right.
You mentioned competitive there. Does Dustin stay your number one until he isn't anymore?
I mean that's how it's always been. You know, again, he was able to come in at the end of the LSU game and gain some momentum, and it was all about his focus and how he practiced that week, and he built on it, obviously, from last week. So, you know, again, today he was focused, you know, practiced hard, competed, and hopefully he can, you know, get better Wednesday, Thursday, and carry it over to Saturday.
Are you saying he's not the starter, maybe?
No, didn't say that at all. I said that he's practicing well, and right now he's going to go into the game as the guy.
I thought I didn't see the game, but I'm very impressed with his background.
Yeah.
With his background.
Well, here's the deal.
Texas, I understand, is a pretty big place.
It is, and he played at a very competitive high school.
I'm really excited about the kid.
Yeah.
I think in potential. I've been here. This is my 66th year. My 66th year. I'd say in potential, this kid is maybe right up there with the best that West Virginia's ever had.
I tell you what, that's a tall order to put on a kid. 4 games into it, I think he has the potential to be a good player. But we also have to understand he's going to have some good weeks, going to have some bad weeks. You know, and having a game like that is very, very key in him developing as a football player. But you know, right now, as his position coach and a guy that sees him every day, I have to tell him to get better every day and not let any distractions or people telling him how great he's going to be. He just has to go one game at a time, and he's still a freshman. So I wouldn't compare him to Amos Zaraway and all those guys and Slayton. And I mean, those are big shoes to fill for a kid fresh out of high school. So that game is something he can definitely build on, and the sky's the limit for him if he continues to work hard.
How do you think he's handling that so far?
Well, I mean, he's a humble kid. Comes from a humble background. Mother raised him the right way. So I don't think any of this is going to get to him. And it's my job to make sure that it doesn't, because it's you guys' job and everybody around campus' job to tell him how good he is. My job is to make sure I point out the little things and find ways that he can get better.
Stepping on Saturday, I mean, you guys played obviously well for that first 5 minutes. You know, Coach had talked about the slow start. How important is it to get off to a fast start? And what's the key to you guys doing that?
Well, it's just I think the key to that is, you know, all of us being on the same page and just executing. I mean, for the most part. I mean, sometimes we come out and are slightly like a days ago, and I mean, you can kind of tell from, you know, watching the games and stuff. But I mean, it's just a matter of executing.
You guys get pretty amped up before the game. Do you think any of it has to do with just coming out and pressing and being too emotional too fast?
You repeat that?
Do you think that any of it has to do with being too emotional too fast, coming out too amped and just kind of pressing?
Yeah, I think that plays a role too sometimes. You know, we probably are thinking too much and, you know, trying to make more things happen than, you know, the usual. But, I mean, if we just come out and play our game, I mean, everything should start smoothly and we should get things going good.
Stedman, when you consider this game to be as big as LSU because it's a conference game?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, now that we're in conference play, I mean, I actually consider it to be bigger than LSU. I mean, this is where it really counts. You know, I mean, our whole goal here is to be the biggest champ, so it's very important.
When Coach Holgerson's talked about his communication between him and Geno, he's actually referenced your guys' communication and how he's kind of trying to get to the level that Geno has with his receivers. Can you talk about that, the level of communication between you guys, and how important it is that all the years you guys have spent playing together?
Well, me and Eugene, you know, we've been doing it for a long time now, as you guys know, and I mean, I can't even really explain it. It's just, I mean, we're pretty much always on the same page, and it pretty much just comes from working together for so long. And I'm quite sure we'll get that with Coach Holgerson. I mean, as time goes on.
Is a lot of it nonverbal? I mean, even not using signals to each other. I mean, can you kind of tell what he's thinking even before he signals it to you?
Well, yeah, for the most part, you know, if it's something that we see on the field, I mean, I'll probably go talk to him about it. But after that, I mean, he probably just give me like a certain look, and we'll know, you know, let's make something happen.
Me and Stedman, we had that communication with Geno since high school, and now we just bring it to the whole receiver corps. And Gene, he sees something or we see something, and we let each other know, and we click.
I mean, how much does that help you guys? Or how, like you said, it goes back to high school. Can you see the roots of that all the way back there?
Most definitely. You know, it helps a lot because we're the ones that's playing. Sometimes Coach Holgerson doesn't see what we see, and you know, by us just communicating within ourselves, we're able to check out of things during the play.
Can you pinpoint one particular time where that's helped you guys this year? Can you think of a play off the top of your head where you saw something or Geno saw something, you talked about it, you communicated it, and made it happen out there?
This past game, Bowling Green, when I scored the touchdown, I told Gene, you know, that corners that were biting hard to anything that was coming outside. They was favoring the post, but they were so quick to open up their hips towards the outside. So I told him, you know, I'm just going to give him a hard stick and take it right up his inside hip, and that's what happened, and he scored a touchdown.
When Coach Holgerson was out earlier, he had mentioned that the communication he wants with you is the kind of communication you already have with guys like Ivan and Stedman and Tavon. Can you talk a little bit about that and how that plays into your game when you guys are able to communicate so well with you and the receivers?
That's a big part of our game. We make a lot of adjustments. You know, it's not guessing or anything. You know, it's based on what we see in coverages and what we see on the field. Coach Holgerson, he wants that. Like I said, you know, we want to be on the same page, and you know that just comes with time. You know, I've been around Tavon and Stedman and Ivan for a very long time, and so we have that bond, and that's something that's grown with me and Coach Holgerson. So once we get to that point, I think it'll be pretty much unstoppable.
He said that the bond you guys have is with the receivers. I mean, is like guys who have been playing together for 3 years in the same offense. I mean, can you see that? Do you feel that comfort level? Like,
yeah, I mean, we all came in. We class of 09, Sticks is class of 10. We all came in together, and we push each other every day. I remember freshman year, talking about how good we wanted to be and what we wanted to do, and we set out to accomplish our goals, and we're still working at it. But that's something that we just gained over time, and it's something that is very special and a great unique bond between all of us.
Can you think of one specific time during the course of the season where that communication has really helped you guys, where maybe you saw something and gave somebody a head nod and all of a sudden that play clicked for you guys?
Every game we go through something like that. Either Stedman's telling me he can run by the dude, or Tavon's telling me he's beating this guy. Ivan saying his guy's playing off, he can get him. So in every game we just we go to the sideline and we communicate, and they tell me what they feel like we need to do, and I take it into consideration, good consideration, because I know that they know what they're talking about, and we go out there and execute.
Coach Holgerson has mentioned is that the communication he wants with Geno is kind of like the communication that Geno has with you guys. Can you talk a little about that, the way you guys can communicate so easily between quarterback and wide receivers?
I mean, I would say it's due to the fact that all the previous years we've been together. I mean, it's our third year, so we kind of understand each other. And out of all of it, I would say the best is Stead and Geno, but me and Geno do got a good communication too. So, I mean, most of the stuff is just years that we play together.
And I imagine just all the reps you guys have taken can only help. I mean, how many times does he look at you when you already know what he's thinking?
I mean, we just got a connection. He'll look at me, or he'll give me a head nod, or tell the truth. The coverage will tell you himself. So, we practice so much in practice, so you already know if it's man coverage, most likely he probably looking at me first. So.